So I seen that you recently became a coach as well, but like, what do I need to know about your earliest years of like why you became a coach, like to start off? Because
Yeah,
I'm
so
quite curious.
okay, yeah, I guess so I come from like a corporate background, so I've always worked 9 to 5. So I guess I've got like a lot of experience when it comes to my own transformation whilst holding down a 9 to 5 desk job. And then I've recently sort of gone full time with the coaching. The reason for that, I think, is just because I spoke about this a little bit in my last live, but I guess the weight loss was almost like a catalyst to start living a little bit more intentionally. And I think ever since that, it's kind of just spilled into other areas of my life. And the coaching was just one of those things where it was like I was unhappy in my career, I wasn't satisfied. So I thought I'll take a leap of faith and just go into something that I'm really, really passionate about, and just got qualified. And um yeah, and then recently, obviously, joined the FBC program, which has sort of helped me get some structure and stuff. So now I'm sort of going full time with the coaching, which is really, really exciting. So yeah, that's a bit about me, really.
What was the 9 to 5 job that you did before you went like you're full time, right, as online now? You just left.
Yeah, literally just the other day. So I've worked in like NHS, like management, admin, side of things. I've recently been working in like a mental health hospital. And I'm studying psychotherapy on the side. So it's kind of that's kind of my other area of interest. I think someday in the future it'd be really nice to combine the psychotherapy and the coaching, because obviously there's a lot to do with like mindset and self-sabotage and stuff. So that's my sort of longer term thing. But yeah, I've just come from NHS and just general thing. I used to work on a cardiac ward, and now I'm sort of leaning into, yeah, just being more intentional and just leaning into what I'm passionate about, and kind of just going all in and seeing what happens. I think that's just a lesson that I've learned from like the weight loss that I've achieved. It's kind of like you can kind of do anything if you just go for it. Do you know what I mean?
100%, and it's one of those things as well. It's like you're not getting any younger as well, and it's like if you do it, the worst thing that you have is like just a good story or like a great story. Like even if it fails, you're like you can just use that. You can use that in your next like if you get like an interview at another place, you can say, "Oh, I literally ran a business completely online." All through Instagram. Obviously, you've got like Facebook, you've got like LinkedIn and stuff, but obviously, me and you, all through Instagram, and it's quite crazy what you can do through Instagram. Although you have kind of like every now and then you might get one or two messages where it's like, "Leave me alone," because you just like people get like spammed with coaches, and it's fair enough because like we've experienced it before, so you understand where it's coming from, but.
Yeah, I think it's really important as well. Like, people follow you, or if people follow you, it's usually because they've got an interest. And when you get chatting to someone, it's not chatting to them trying to sell them anything. It's just chatting to them to see, be curious. Like, how come you followed me? Like, even getting some content ideas and stuff. I find it really valuable to like chat with people. And then usually at some point it will come out that, they've been struggling for a while with this goal or that goal, and that's when you can start to like have a conversation about coaching and stuff, and whether it's going to be a good fit for them, because as you know, like not everyone's a good fit for a coaching program. Like sometimes that's not what someone needs, and it's like identify the people that already have a problem and presenting with a solution, rather than just like trying to like poach. It's not it's
Mm.
I think people get it wrong about Instagram. Like that's not what we're here to do. We're here to like help support and provide content, and like use that as like a platform to get people having a conversation. But it's not with the sole intent of just trying to sell some coaching or something. How long have you been a coach, sorry?
I was in person. Oh, I can't even remember. I think last year, December, I was in person, and then I think it came to about November-ish where I kind of committed to going fully online, just because I was doing in person, it was going well, but I just thought it was like I might as well make the jump. If it's not gonna work now, it's not gonna work ever. So I've been online for about 5 to 6 months, and then just gone all in, trying to grow in the following of Instagram. Because obviously, the more people that see the content, obviously, the more I can kind of reach out, and that definitely helps. But it was nothing wrong with in person. It's just there was only a certain people I could obviously reach in my area, and obviously a certain demographic. So it was all local, but there was obviously certain people where I helped a lot more, and there was certain people that I didn't help as much, and that's obviously why we have niches. I know a lot of people kind of meme it quite a bit with like, oh, saying you work with this demographic, you don't with anyone else, but it's just because it's usually our younger selves. Like we understand ourselves the best. So if we kind of work with people that we see ourselves in, it's like it's so much more easier to present the solutions that you took years and years and years to figure out.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I work with like obviously 9 to 5 people a lot. It's because I've been there. Like I know the struggles. I know the lower back pain from constantly being hunched over a desk. Like I know that it's like exhausting, and the last thing you want to do at the end of the day is, cook a really healthy, nutritious meal with loads of different ingredients. So it's like I've been there. I get what you're struggling with. So that's why, yeah, we work with the people we do because we know
Mm.
we know what it's like, I guess.
That was going to be a question I was going to ask you because I noticed as I was having a little bit of a read before I hopped on, it was just your program's called the Elementor program, right?
Yeah.
And it was like you have the individual, I think it was like four, and it was like it was you were explaining the importance of having all four.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, what was the difference about having all four and only having one or two? Like, what is there one that you would say is most important, or one that 9 to 5 is usually lack, or is it more like, is it all kind of like evenly spread, like 25% each?
So I think the reason for this that like mentality around it is because I think sometimes it's really easy to get just stuck on the I want to lose weight and that's my goal. But there's actually like you can set yourself a goal and you can say I want this, but actually what actionable steps are you putting towards making that happen? Because if you're not doing that, you're just saying that you want something randomly. So I think the elements thing came into it where it was like you've got like the four like core parts of it, and then it's like, at times some things are going to feel tricky. Like sometimes it's going to be hard to be really active and really motivated and stuff, but you can still control, how much how much whole food you're eating, or there's like, it doesn't have to be like all or nothing. It's like a bit of this, a bit of this, a bit of this, a bit of this, and together, that makes a great lifestyle. But it, it's not, control what you can control, basically. Does that make
Mm.
sense?
And I'm guessing like when people get interested in coaching as well, they obviously see that, and it's something that they're familiar with seeing. Obviously, the elements, like water, earth, and stuff. So it gives them that relatability, so they understand kind of what they're getting into already, and they understand the importance. It's like a stool. It's like if you take away one leg of the stool, everything else falls down. So if you don't have all four of those elements, then it's like, what's the point of, obviously you can still get results, but not as healthy of a lifestyle that you're obviously aiming. And I was going to mention as well in terms of coaching, although you've only kind of, how long have you been coaching for?
Since October last year.
Mm, I was gonna say I already seen like the results is good, and I was like, how's coaching for you overall at the moment?
My goodness, I love it.
And it's good.
I
Wow.
absolutely love it. Yeah. I mean, I've never been so invested, like emotionally, into what I do. And, I get some feedback sometimes that comes through, and that's just really so nice to hear. I'm sure you probably get it as well. Like the job satisfaction, like, is one of the most like important things when it comes to like running your own business and stuff, because it's so much like work, and I don't think people understand how much like time and stuff things take. And just to get that feedback, and just to like know that you're making a difference, and see those like clients transform, and their lives improve and stuff, it's just like it makes it all worth it.
Mm,
And I think, again, like going back to that thing I was saying before about being really intentional with like what you're doing, to make a change in your life, and like not just kind of accepting it is what it is. Um, yeah, I think that's like, once people start coaching and they start to see a difference, I think they then lean more into that, and it just feels really fulfilling.
mm,
Yeah, I
mm.
don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think it makes all the difference is that although online business is like notoriously never like it's like 90% very hard work, and then it's like 10% you get like the client message where it pops up saying you've changed my life. Like you genuinely helped me lose. Obviously, we're both fat loss coaches, so it makes sense. But like 5 to 10 kg of fat, and they don't. It's one of those things you don't realize how important it is until somebody gets to that stage and like has that kind of lifestyle change. Because I heard something the other day, and it was like, imagine you carrying like 5 kg liters of water, right? You know, like those massive, like, see when you go on holiday and you get those like massive tubs of water.
Yeah.
It's like imagine like carrying them, and then all of a sudden, like slowly, like losing them, and it's like the difference is insane. Like carrying them, you get super tired, but as soon as you drop them, it's like you feel like you can go on forever, and it's
Yeah,
like the same. It like that's the best way I can explain it
that's a
because
really good
obviously.
analogy.
I think you've had your own weight loss journey as well, so you kind of hopefully you know where I'm coming from. I lost about 13 kg for a photo shoot. Obviously, I'm a little bit heavier now, but like no one needs to know that. But that's the best way I can explain it, and hopefully that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I love that. That's really good. I think yeah, that's the kind of analogy that really people can like visualize and feel. Is like it's not just about like looking different, but actually like imagine how you can imagine holding those water bottles and then and then the water pouring out and it being a relief. Like that is yeah, that's how it feels. I've got one guy who, you know, he stopped coaching with me in January or something after his like 3 month program was up, and he's still like continuing now to lose and drop weight because we just like installed those like we just made like little adjustments to his daily routine and little tweaks to his nutrition and stuff, and now he's still continuing to lose weight to this day. um and it's great. It's because like you set people up for life, you know. It's not just one weight loss journey, you're out the door, see you later, like,
Mm.
you know, job's done. It's like you give people tools then to like carry on and maintain that success, and I think it's really yeah, it's really good. But in terms of changing people's lives, like for sure, like the guy I'm just talking about now, he's basically reversed his diabetes, which is just insane.
Yeah, it's crazy that like, especially like a online coach, just for somebody with not even too much knowledge in terms of like, even if you're just doing this for a certain amount of time, you can build up a serious amount of knowledge and have a lot more education than somebody who might be looking more into that kind of subject in terms of like like in
Yeah,
health in general.
the
But
holistic like thing, the thing
yeah,
about the online thing is it's holistic. You look at like everything. It's like it's not just like a PT in the gym where it's like an hour a week, you know. It's like everything. You look at your nutrition, your lifestyle, your mindset, like, you know, your general activity, or you know, who you living with, like who's doing the cooking, like how many kids have you got to, you know. And it's like you look at everything, so it kind of it sets people up with a better chance for success for sure.
it was something you mentioned earlier as well, and it's saying that you worked with somebody for 3 months and then their 3 month term kind of ended. And that's another thing that not really annoys me, but like when somebody is interested in coaching and they think that they're going to be working with someone for years and still not get results, or have to work with someone for years to continue results. Like, I feel like that's another thing as well. If you're good at what you do, then realistically, you should be able to get someone the results in, let's say, 3 to 6 months, depending on how big their goal is, and then let them be able to continue it. Like teach them how to do it themselves. But if they still value the accountability, the support group chat, the workout program changing, like if they still value you changing their stuff, then it's like, of course you can still continue to work with them. But it's like our job is to get you the results and then let you be able to do it on your own. Like that's where the main value. And like that's the thing that's why I stopped PTing as well, because I noticed so many PTs, they continue working with the same clients over and over. And I get like, if you're a client, you really like that person, it's like perfect. But like, if you're still not getting the results, then you might have to start questioning something that's going on there. But that's why I feel
Yeah.
like online coaching's 10 times better, because you literally have us in your pocket 24/7 pretty much, where you can ask anything, get anything changed, let us know if anything is wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Um, you said something a minute ago that I was going to pick up on. Now it's gone out of my head.
So good.
No, I can't remember. skip
I'm
it.
the exact same, to be fair. Like so much things is going
Been a
on in my
long
head,
day.
but
It's been a long
yeah,
day.
but of course there's the opposite side of getting results. As coaches, there's only so much we can do to help their environment and get client results. But what is like the number one difference between the people in your program that get results and the people that are like just on the edge of taking action and like kind of doing it on their own? Like, what's the big difference between the clients that smash it in your program and the ones that try go do it off their own?
Um, I'd say I think I spoke about this in my stories today actually, but it's about the bounce back rate. So like this bank holiday was a perfect example. I'm doing a just finishing my free challenge at the minute that I was running, and I got about 35 people in there, and I'd say about half of them, maybe more than half of them went out on the Friday, had a few drinks. It was
Mm,
sunny. It
yeah,
was really
of course.
good bank holiday vibes. And, I get it. Like, we all want to go out and we all want to drink, and that's cool. That's fine. And then there's just a small portion of people that woke up on the Saturday feeling the rest the same way that we all did, a little bit worse for wear. And instead of just being like, oh, I'm gonna, order food in, or I'm gonna, like rot in bed all day, or I'm just gonna do nothing because I feel like poo. There's a small percentage of people that said, okay, I drank a little bit more than I meant to last night, or I indulged a little bit more. So what can I do now to like just get back on it? And it's like, can I go for a walk? Can I make my next meal a nutritious one? Like, can I commit to, even if it means moving my workout I was supposed to do today to tomorrow, but putting something in place tonight so that, I'm not going to go and do the same thing twice. Do you know what I mean? And it's like that bounce back rate is the difference between the people that get success and the people that will just then, on Tuesday, Wednesday are telling me that they've just got back to it because they let that whole weekend then just become a write-off. And that's the biggest like difference between the people who make a different, like the people who get results and the people that unnecessarily delay them.
Mm.
What about your
Like you said,
experience?
it's I think well, I agree with that. I think it's failing to plan, like it's planning to fail. Like if you don't understand that you're going to go out for drinks, you're going to go out for a big meal, it's like what can you do the next day and the day after? Like one major thing that I always say is if you go out for one day, instead of looking at daily calories, look at weekly calories. Although obviously talking about calories, a lot of people like maybe on the live on the recording just cover their ears there because they hate talking about it. But like let's say you go over a little bit one day, it's like you plan the rest of the days to have maybe slightly less, so it balances out for the week. And obviously meal prepping comes into play, and it's like you said, just what can you do that's so small that might not even feel like you're doing anything, like having a healthy meal or going out for a walk after you eat. It's those things that add up and obviously put you ahead of like 90% of the competition.
Yes. Like nothing, like very rarely do people transform overnight, like in any space capacity, like weight, money, success. Like people don't change overnight. It's it's days and weeks and months of like daily actionable things that compound and then actually get results. And I think people are just so focused on the end result sometimes that you forget that it's actually you just have to keep showing up each day.
Of
Um,
course.
and do the thing. Eat the frog, as Dan would say.
Yeah, of course. Literally, I need to get back on those calls to be fair, because I've been slacking since like the holiday and then birthday, and then it's been not ideal. But we'll bring this one into land. I'm not sure if you've got anything planned for this, but I'll kind of have some closing thoughts. But if there was somebody maybe listening to the live or listening to this back, if there was maybe like stuck in their routine or dreading the summer coming up, like you said, well, like in your bio, kind of training people to get ready for summer, what would somebody need to hear right now from you to kind of get the motivation for summer, or even take action to work with not even just me or you, but any kind of coach out there?
Yeah, I think you know, I think being really intentional and not just accepting that something is what it is. Like you don't have to feel the way you feel. If you feel like shit, like you don't have to keep feeling like that. Like you can do something about it. It's just you have to be intentional with it. And like you said earlier, like preparing to fail, failing to
I
prepare is
have to
preparing
think
to
about that one
fail
as well.
because you are essentially just lying to yourself. If you tell yourself, "Oh no, I'm not going to go out for a drink tonight. I'm not going to go out for a drink," but you know deep down you're going to end up going for that drink. Like,
Mm,
just prepare for it. And it's like, if you if you want to make a difference for yourself this summer, like, just prepare. Like, what can you do to give yourself the best chance? And usually that does come down to getting someone else to hold you accountable, whether that's a coach, whether that is, I don't know, a PT or a family member or something. Just do something that means that you can be intentional about the thing that you say that you want, if that makes any sense at all.
yeah, of course. People always think it's like to get results they have to pay, but like creating that sort of accountability doesn't have to be free paying. It's like there's loads of free ways of doing that. You have like the Facebook groups, you can join like an accountability group, you can just literally start going to the gym with a friend, even place like bets with a friend, like who's gonna stop the gym first. So if you stop the gym first, you gotta put in like a fine or something, like just have fun with it. Like have fun with the journey. Start it and just get ready for summer because like realistically this is like if you're worried about summer you've probably been worried about the last 3 or 4 summers, so like realistically something's got to change in there. And I'm planning a YouTube video right now, like I seen in your story, it was like nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yeah.
So you just got have to take some action, and it's messy action and you get there. But another thing I was gonna mention is like I think this is like the most like viewers that has ever like joined and clicked off a live like I've ever had, because whenever I do a live it's like one person comes up clicks off, but I only go live for like 5-10 minutes. But
Okay.
um I'm interested in what you've got coming up next. Like what's next for you in your coaching journey in like the next like maybe week or month or so? Like what have you got planned?
So I'm going on a podcast on Thursday. It's with Phoebe from Fat Loss Fundamentals. I'm really, really excited. We're going to start working together very soon in the future. She's brilliant, so I'm really excited to chat with her. And yeah, we've got some exciting stuff coming up that I probably can't talk about now, but later down the line. It's
It's
coming.
all
Very
it's all
excited.
good for the people that are excited about this and maybe listening to this on a podcast or a recording, maybe not on the Instagram live. Where can people actually find you on like your account or find out what you're going to be doing next?
Cool. Yeah. So it's on Instagram at Natalie Louise Coaching. Um, that's the only platform I'm on, really. I was just about
You're
to
not on YouTube enough, enough.
start dropping. No.
Maybe that's what's next. Then you got to create a YouTube. You got to create maybe
Yeah.
get on X.
I would quite
What
like
else is there?
to
Yeah.
quite like to start a podcast at some point because I feel like I've got a lot to say.
Okay.
Just need to get better at
Perfect.
saying it.
Yeah. I mean, these are good. These are basically podcasts. So.
Mm.
But we'll bring this one into land. I don't know if you have any other closing messages that you want to add, or if you just kind of want to get on. Have you got anything planned for the rest of the day in general, or
No, I
is
think
this
I
it?
need to go and get my steps in. Need to go and be intentional about, I've
Yeah,
been sat on my ass
of
all day.
course.
So
You
gonna go
got you got to practice with your preach as well.
practice what I preach. Exactly. Gonna go have a healthy dinner, get my steps in, and make up for the fact that I've been sat on my ass all day.
You should have done this on a walk. That would have made it more
I
interactive, and you could have
I had to
responded to
charge my
questions.
phone. I was thinking
Yeah.
about that. Charge my phone because it's out
Oh
of
well.
battery.
I'll let you get to your steps, and I hope everyone that kind of jumped in, joined, loved it, or I don't know, maybe hated it. But this was good. I want to do more of these.
It was
But
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Cheers,
you,
Ryan.
thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye.